Hey, I think we're live. How's it going? I'm a little bit late, but that's okay. I'm going to send a stream ping out to everybody. Let them know the stream is going on. Just a second. Let's see. Go to Artindi land and announcements. Do a stream ping. Come hang out. Big smiley face. There we go. There we go. And who's all here already? Let's see. We got Jonindir. How do you pronounce that? Jonindir. Ahuman says first. Actually, it was Jonindir. Janindir? I don't know how to pronounce it. Bullen Boy, what's up? Oh, wait. Yeah, it's Bullen Boy. Bullen Boy in the house. You're referring to yourself in the third person, so I was a little confused there. Apoplio. Hey, I recognize you. Apoplio, how's it going? I wasn't first. You weren't first. Bro, my internet ain't good either. Yeah, sorry, man. Bro, I really need to know how to make music. You make music with sounds. Beer back. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hey, not Jude. What's up? Welcome to the stream. We have been working on the windscreen pixel art, but I really don't want to work on that. So I'm going to put it off and maybe work on it over the weekend, just not on stream. Maybe I can get through it a little easier if I'm not streaming at the same time. But yeah, that's kind of how I did the lose screen as well. A lot of these I did on stream, but about half of it I did off camera. I just found it a lot easier to, I don't know, it was just a little easier to work on it off camera a bit. So at least for me. But hey, that's okay. I'll try to get it done over the weekend because the only things we have to do at this point are basically that end screen, the windscreen, and the music. There's a few other things, like we need to add the credits in and do some play testing. But hopefully next week we can do some play testing, and by next week we'll have pretty much everything done. The music should be relatively easy because most of these are they're not even going to be full songs. Like this is just going to be more like a sound effect than anything, but it will be in music. I don't know about credits. We might need a full song for that, as well as the end room might need a full song there. But then the menu is just going to be really simple, and then death windscreen probably as well, really simple. So there's not going to be too much going on, and maybe a spawn queue, but that's just going to be more like a sound effect than anything. So is Bullen Boy crazy? Could be. The people say that Bullen Boy shouldn't listen to the voices, but Bullen Boy does. I saw a meme somewhere. I heard it anyway. It was a video. They said something like, I asked myself if I was crazy, and we answered no. Yeah, it's pretty funny. What's up, gamers? Says Spud. How's it going, Spud? Bro, I swear I love gaming, not gaming. Anyway, I'm going to update Discord, I guess. I saw the button and I clicked it. Like, I didn't even think about it. Cool. Now, let's do some music. Real good and stuff. I believe I have the music already in my file system. Let me pull it up. Actually, let me just copy it into here. I don't think I've copied it into here yet. So let's make a new folder. Where do I? Oh, create new right there. It's going to be music. The music folder. And in this music folder, we will add the music. As soon as I can find it here. Cost music. Now, what I did with this, I exported it twice because I was exporting it as a, let's see, properties. Yeah, this one's an MP3, and I think the other one is a wave. MP3 is smaller, so I'm going to go with MP3. So I believe every first one is MP3. Let me double check on this one. Properties. Yeah, it's MP3. I think I should be able to see by hovering over it. Yeah, MP3, 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 MP3. So every first one, oh, I don't want to, there we go. So we're going to grab every first one and copy them straight into here. It's really nice that you can just drag and drop straight into Godot. I love it. There we go. Music is in the game. It's not going to work yet though, but it's in there. So then, Artindi, I figure I would ask here. Me and a bud are thinking of doing a small indie game, but while I suggested Godot, he insisted on doing it from scratch in OpenGL. You think that's viable for indie? It depends on how good you are at coding, or at least how good your friend is at coding. If you're really good, then you could probably do it. Like, for example, Notch is really good at coding. He makes all his games from scratch with Java. I think it's Java. And so, yeah. I think he only made one game with Unity as the game engine, but otherwise, even like Game Jam games, he makes from scratch with Java. So if you're really good at coding and you know how to do it, then you could probably get away with it. But if you're only like mediocre, it is a lot of extra work to do it from scratch. But you know, if you can pull it off, he does it for fun. In his spare time, he's pretty moderately adept. But I'm worried raw coding it would make it take much longer. There's a high potential for that. It depends on what kind of game you're making, of course, but there's a high potential for it to take longer than it needs to. I wouldn't recommend it for your first game. I would try to just make something small in a game engine. But I mean, if you're good at coding, then I don't see a problem with it either. It's just most indie devs are not super expert coders, and so they end up it just ends up expending more time and effort than they need to. So I can see it going either way. It just depends on a lot of your skill set and stuff. The stream keeps lagging for me. My Wi-Fi sucks. Sorry, man. Not Jude. What's up? Let's see. Just enable file name extensions. Yeah, I probably should do that. I just never have. I can draw with crayons. Nice. I can draw with crayons too. Bro, we're out of soap. I hear. What's up? Okay, cool. Caught up with chats. All right. What are we doing? We're adding music. Okay, so what we're gonna do to add music is we're going to create a auto load. So let me close some of these. Close the lose screen, end screen, UI, and we're gonna make a new 2D scene because I don't know. I like 2D scenes. It doesn't need to be 2D because it's just an auto load. It's just gonna be a script, but we'll make it a 2D scene. And this is going to be called music. We're just going to call it music. And attach a script, also called music. Well, actually, no, we're going to save it first in the auto loads. And then we'll attach a script. That way the script is automatically sent to the same file location. I'm going to call it music as well. And then in the project settings, we'll add an auto load. Let's see, where is it? Globals. Then we'll select it, set a path, auto loads, music, open, and wait, why did it do menu? I want to do, oh, I clicked menu on accident. Whoops. Menu, and it's going to be called music. Let's add it. There we go. Now I should be able to access the code here by typing music with a capital M anywhere in any of my other code, which is very convenient because this is where we're going to call the different music. So we'll add some audio stream players, and this is not going to be the audio stream player 2D that you could. I'll show you. Not this one, because this one, depending on how far away you are from its location, is how loud it will be. You just want this one. That way it's always the same volume no matter where you are. My 2 cents is that in like 99% of situations, you can probably get away with using an engine. Only some cases where your game has very specific tech or something you could benefit from making your own. Yep, yep, I agree. Most always, an engine will get the job done for almost every game. There's only rare cases where you need to make your own engine for the game. That being said, if you are really good at coding and you just know how, then you could make your own engine. But I feel like even that takes experience in making engines or games from scratch, because it's a lot of work. So, but that doesn't mean you need to do it. It just means, hey, I'm skilled enough and I can just whip it out, right? But if you're not that skilled, why put yourself through that? You can just use a game engine and get it done. Like, so yeah. A very smelly dog. How did the pixel art go yesterday? It was actually it was okay. It was very painful. I suffer drawing people, but I'm gonna work on it more over the weekend. Hopefully get it done. Hopefully by Monday I'll be able to do another stream and be like, hey, look at all this pixel art I did, and it's done. Yay! Move on. But yeah, hopefully that's what we'll get. If it's just the end screen that I need to work on and the deadline comes, I'm not going to mind working on that after the deadline. It's just some more pixel art. I can take my time working on that, and I don't want to stress myself out over a pixel art piece that I have to draw. I just managed to figure out that camera system I was talking about yesterday. It goes slightly ahead of the player horizontally. Nice, good job. Quite the achievement. I feel like I could figure that out, but I've never really tried, and I never have wanted to. It just sounds painful. Just a normal racing game, nothing super complicated. Cool. What is the game about? Normal racing game. Artindi, are I balding? Are you? I don't know. Welcome to the stream, though. Welcome to the stream. I tried learning the Swedish language at like 1 a.m. last night, and I just gave up after trying to learn the letter E. Well, it probably also had to do with something about you doing it at 1 a.m. So, yeah. All right. What are we doing? We're going to add a bunch of these. Instead of doing that, we're just going to make a bunch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is how many we need. We're going to do one more just because I'm going to need one after that anyway. And this, we're going to call it run 1. And, I should, actually, here's what we'll do. We're going to just do this the fast way. Instead of typing all those out, I'm just going to delete these. Delete. And then I'll just do this. 4, 5, 6, and 7 is how many there are. Here we go. 1 through 7. We'll just drag and drop them in here. There's the music. We're going to have to figure out what key I wrote this in. And no, I don't have the file that I wrote it in. I did it on my other computer, my old computer, last year. So I don't know what key. We're gonna try and figure out by ear. I actually made the first Mario Kart. Whoa. Yeah, I think his issue is that he likes raw coding and finds it fun. Nerd. And views learning an engine as a boring chore by comparison. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot who said it. Not to get controversial, because apparently Pirate Software is controversial right now, but he pointed out reasons why you should make your own game engine. And I personally, I agreed with it. And it was like, if you want to make it just because you feel like it's educational, that's a good reason. If you want to make it because you feel like your game needs it, probably is BS, because your game probably doesn't need it. And if you want to make it just because you think you're all that and then some, yeah, that's also a dumb reason, because you're probably not all that and then some. Like, if you do it because of ego, that's probably the dumbest reason to do it. The next dumbest reason is to make it because you think your game needs it, because most of the time it really doesn't. There's a chance it does, but probably not. And then the best reason is because you find it educational, or just because you can, and it's fun for you, I guess. So his reasoning to make it sounds like it could be legit, but if it is just his ego, then yeah. I don't know how you're going to deal with that, though, because you don't want to say that directly to him. Just be like, hey, you got a big ego, let's not make it. It depends on what kind of friendship you have, though. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to appear at many streams this week because I have tech rehearsal. Man, sorry, man. Next week will be the last week of streaming before the game is done, and then I probably won't be streaming for about 2 weeks. So yeah, we might not see it for a while then, but we'll see. We'll see. Now we're brothers. Calling him stinky is required by law. Yeah, there you go. There you go. If he's your brother, then you can say, hey, deflate your head just a little bit. Let's try a game engine, and it does a bunch of the legwork for you. So yeah, unless you're really, like I said, unless you're just really good and you can spit it out. But if you have to actually learn it, you're going to spend more time learning that than a game engine, and you might get burned out before you get anywhere with it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get to 3. I can't multitask. Can you tell? This is why I'm not a big time streamer. Did I do them all actually? I just missed 3 somehow. Interesting. Let's test it. Yeah, music. I haven't added the music until now because I didn't want to be play testing all the time as I'm adjusting features and editing features and have the music playing over and over and over again. So I just drive myself crazy with my own music. The music is good, but if it doesn't matter how good the song is, if you listen to it 500 times in one day, it kind of wears on you. And this game's only going to have basically one song because there's only one thing you can do in the game. Although there are 7 different versions of the song, depending on how intense the game is currently, then yeah, there's that. But yeah. Okay, and then we're going to add, excuse me, we're going to add some code here. What are we going to do? Let's see. We're going to have to figure this out as we go. But basically, we just need some functions to run the different songs. Or actually, let's see. Maybe we just need a variable that says is, we could have it be is running, because all the songs are called run. So is running means you're actually in a run at that moment, and is running will be set to true if you're in the course scene. So we'll say is running equals true. It's going to be just assumed it is true unless you're not in that scene. So maybe we'll set it to untrue if you're in a different... No, it should be set to true. So this is going to be set to false. And then let's see. We're probably going to have to do this in the process here. I don't want it to run that often, so we're actually going to do it in the physics process. That's probably not the best reason. I'm not the best coder. I don't really know the game Godot that well, but from what I know, physics process runs fewer ticks than process does. Process runs many more ticks. And not that I'm worried about the speed, but I don't have a lot of physics processes in this game anyway, so I'm just going to run on physics process. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that it will make it easier on people's computers, at least for my game. But I could be wrong. She's running out the door. My keyboard died. I'm sorry. May your keyboard rest in peace. Only vaguely heard of it. Cough. I did cough. My coughs are getting... I spoke too soon. I was about to say my coughs are happening less often. I feel like I'm getting better, but also talking doesn't necessarily help because it kind of probably wears me out. Everybody's coughing. Process runs every frame on the player side. Physics process runs exactly 60 FPS at all times. Yeah, there you go. So process is probably going to run... maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. I don't know. Physics process will work for what I'm doing either way. I don't think it's going to be that straining on anybody's computer either way I go, but I'm just going to go for physics process. So in the physics process, if is running is true, if is running is true, meaning we are in a current run of the game, like we're in the course scene, then we're going to play one of these songs, and the song we play will be based on which how far into the game we are, and that is found on the global stats on this variable somewhere here. Progress tracker set to 0. This is also probably bad practice, is set to 0. It'd probably be better to use the enum, but I'm lazy and it's just my code, so what do I care? Nurgle has take and chat. Praise be the grandfather. What are you talking about? Why are you running? Why are you running? I probably can't quite get the tone in that famous meme. Not say something for 15 minutes. Trust me, it's gonna be good. Okay. So progress tracker is a 0 index. Yes, it is a 0 index. So it's gonna be a little bit weird in that way. But it starts at 0 because I don't know. I'm half a good coder, half a bad coder. So I'm too inconsistent. But yeah, it's going to start at 0 index. Each time you complete a run through the course and you lose an ability, then this ticks up by 1. And so by tick 6, you'll be on your last run because 0 is the first, which is probably going to make it confusing. But, you know, it's going to be great. Well, I'll be able to look at this code a week from now and be like, what the heck was I doing? It's going to be awesome. So let's go back to music, and we'll access that. We'll do a switch statement, which in a switch statement in Godot, it's actually it's called a match statement. And we're going to match the progress tracker. Is it match with the, I think it's match, and then you have the colon, and then we'll say global stats, or is it not? I can never remember the syntax for a match. Let me look it up. Match statement in Godot. Let's see. I'll just call it a switch statement. That way we know what we're looking for. Does Godot have a switch statement? Yes, it's called a match statement. Match statement. Okay, it's the other way around. So match global stats dot what was it? I forgot what it's called. Shoot. Progress tracker. Progress tracker. Okay, we're going to match to the progress tracker value. So if it's 0, then we'll do something, so on. And the thing that we're going to do is run the music. Run one dot play, and then so on, but it's just going to be a different value each time. So let's see if we can do it this way. There might be a fast way to do this, but I don't know what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, here's the other issue. Because this is running every frame, it's going to restart the song, or not every frame, every physics process step. It's going to restart the song about 60 times a second. So we don't want that. We all caught your cold from coughing, and we have, oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to share my not allergy, my illness through a stream. I was worried about it. I was like, should I stream? I might get everybody sick. And I should have listened to my conscience, but because everybody's sick now. So I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean it. Please forgive me. I just heard the cough right now. Yeah, there's another one for you. I got to go to rehearsal soon. Sorry, man. Sorry you have to go to rehearsal. But I'm sure you enjoy it. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't go. Unless your parents are like forcing you because they want you to be a famous person one day. In which case, I'm also sorry. But good luck. Good luck for you at your rehearsal. I'm sure you enjoy it. Yeah, everybody's coughing. It's the cough stream. Okay, I believe this will restart it every single time, but we're going to find out. Let's go to course. When course starts, we're going to do, let's see, let's do it right here. It's going to be music dot, I can never remember my own variables, is running equals true. Okay, and I think by default it's set to true anyway. So, or is it set to false? What did I set it to? Let's go to the script I want to see. Oh, it is set to false. Okay, so this should work then, right? As soon as we start a course, we'll hear a song playing. Should be this first one. We don't hear it playing because I believe it's being reset every single time. Let's check. Let's see if we get to this line of code. Yes, so it is restarting every many times per second, but because there's no sound at the beginning, we don't hear it at all. So now we have to make sure it only runs if there is no song playing. And to do that, I believe, let's just make another variable. There's probably a faster way, an easier way to do it, but again, I don't care. I just want to make it work. Variable song, let's see, we'll call it running song is running equals false. So if we get to here, we'll say if running song is running equals true, or no, equals false, my bad. Then we'll play one of the running songs and set it to true. Let's see. I can put it down just right here. Equals true. Okay. So now it should only run once. Let's test it. There we go. Music's now playing. That's amazing. Got music in the game. Oh, and it automatically pauses? No way. That's amazing. It's already set up to pause the music. We do need different music to play when this opens, but I think that shouldn't be too hard to implement. Nice. All right. Excuse me. YK, I was never here for Artindi. I'm uncountable. 2 minutes behind and kind of proceeds to count you. Am I 2 minutes behind? Wait, what's going on? What you guys talk about? I can confirm I was the one rehearsing. Nice. Okay, so music is working. What I don't know, I believe the music is not going to play again. So if you take longer than the song plays to complete the course, then it's not going to play again. It's unlikely, but we should set up for that, which isn't too hard. I believe all we have to do is tell these to say, hey, if the song finishes, we're just going to call it, oops, we're going to call it finished. We'll call it song finished. Song finished. Connect. There we go. If song.finished equals true, then we'll set this back to false, and it will play whatever song it's supposed to be on. Again, if I could just spell false. But then I just have to connect all of these to that same one. We'll just put it down here. Song finished, connect. There, it's connected there. And we're just going to copy this so we can do it a little faster. There, that was easy. So anytime you're playing in the main gameplay loop, then depending on how far you are in the game, one of these songs will play. Let's test it. I believe your stats are reset on the death screen, not on the course screen. So if I come to here and change this to like 5, I could be wrong though. I think this gets reset when the course starts, or it's evaluated at some point. Let me try it though and see. Yeah, it works. So this song is much more intense because you're later on in the game. It's really loud though. Holy moly. So let's hook that up. Let's just click on all of these. And then we'll go to bus music. Now it should turn it down automatically, I think, because the music bus is already, oops, the music bus is already turned down a little bit. Whoa, no, it's not. That was loud. Okay. I think I can only fix it in the game though, so let's go for it. Here we go. Why was it so loud? Do I just need to manually turn them all down a little bit? Oh, I closed it. That's okay. It saves it as soon as you... Okay, it's still loud, even with it like way up there. Maybe I just have to turn all these down manually. Holy moly. If I turn it all the way down, then it's just silent. Like there's nothing. But if I have it right here... Yeah, it's too loud. So we'll have to manually just turn all these down to... let's go negative 15 decibels. And that'll probably work. That was easy. What do you guys talking about? But Artindi said that a minute ago. What did I say? Yeah, music is always really loud in game engines. Oh, is that so? So maybe I shouldn't turn it down too much. I'd rather err on the side of it being too quiet than too loud though, because nothing's more annoying than downloading a new game, turning it on, and your eardrums are just exploded instantly because the default volume for the music in game is stupid loud. So I'd rather people turn it up than turn it down. Also, I don't understand why games have the music volume automatically set to max when you start a new game. Like it should be set to medium. So this in this game it's set to right here automatically when you start. So depending on who you are and your own settings, you can turn it up or down. It's not going to be right here right when you start the game. I hate that. Like your only option is to turn it down, which most of the time you need to because it's so loud. But yeah, this should be a little bit more appropriate. Also, the music the music bus controls the background hum. Can you hear that? Yeah. Made the most sense rather than having it be a sound effect. So let's see how it is now. So that's still decently loud, even just at 50%. So let's go down to like negative 20 decibels. I think that'll work. Undertale has great music. Probably does. Well, Undertale is pretty basic anyway. What are you guys talking about? Undertale didn't do a great job of accounting for that. Oh, is the music like really quiet when it starts? Or is it too loud? I don't know. And full of happiness, he says, forsaken, I'm very proud and full of happiness. That's so annoying. How's it going, Opnid Cat? Have you been here for a little bit? It says you're number 3 already, but I swear that's your first chat. You just automatically get put in number 3 because you've chatted a lot in the past. No, it's loud. Because I said game engines seem to default your game music too loud. Oh, for Undertale, like the game engine defaults it too loud, and so then Undertale didn't account for that. I'm trying to predict what Artindi is saying based on the comments. Oh, you can't hear it? That's funny. Cough. Apparently I'm coughing. Okay, let's see. I think the volume should be a little bit more appropriate now. Yeah, it sounds quiet down here. It sounds really quiet now. But now if I wanted to set it to like medium, it's not bad. And I could make the sound effects match that, which I guess they do right there. Let's see how it sounds with the sound effects. Not bad, although it is pretty loud. Let's try going to, let's reset this to 0 and hear it from song number 1, because song number 1 is significantly quieter. Yeah, it's pretty chill. There's an interesting bug, and I don't know how to fix it. Not that I care to, but when you collide with one of these saw dudes, one of these guys, sometimes they pull you with them if you're like moving in a certain direction when it happens. Let's see, get my shield back and see if I can make it happen again. So if I move down and yeah, see, he pulled me. See that? I let go of the keys and he pulled me with him for a little bit. That's not that's a bug. It's weird. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's just a little interesting. Excuse me. Okay, but now we do have music. Let's hear the most intense version as well, which will be 6. And this will be the very last run. Oh, I hit escape. What am I doing? Look, the lights turn red as well. At least they're supposed to. That looks a little weird. Wonder what happened. Yeah, the lights are bugging out. Yeah, fix that. The lights look stupid. Why are they all broken? Let's see. Floor light. So there's the node. And there's a different node for when, yeah, and that's that right there, which is red. And it should be, if you're on round number 6, then the texture changes to a red light. But it didn't. Why is that? So it would change it to make it look like that instead of that white one. Is there some kind of delay deciding that? Oh, I know why. It's supposed to be self.redLight. There. Because this is the sprite, and this is a light node. So, that makes sense. Self.texture. There. Fixed. Okay, let's try again. There, now the lights are red. It's like, oh, it's danger. That's what it's supposed to say. It's supposed to say, oh, be scared. Red lights. Although it looks like it's dangerous. Maybe I don't want it to be red. Looks like you shouldn't touch it, because that's what these guys leave behind. See? Maybe we should make it cause you damage. It's like, yeah, you're on your last run. Don't touch these. I don't think that'd be fair, because some of the pathways are really skinny, and you are forced to walk over them. Because it's a cool effect when you walk over a light. Okay, well, music works. That was easy. All done. Let's go. Thanks for joining the stream, everybody. No, just kidding. What's everybody saying? Favorite chatters: Sock Buddy, That Kid, Raspberry Python, Akai the Creator, and Human, Not Jude, the Be Cool Guy. Interesting. It's like the Creeper. It's a good bug. Yeah, yeah. The how it pulls you with it. Yeah, like a magnet enemy. Have you considered making sprites for when the enemies are damaged as sort of a natural health indicator? I have never considered that. That is an idea. It would make it a little clear that you are causing damage, but not all games necessarily do that, and you still understand. So It's not necessary, but it would be a nice bit of polish. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it just so I can try to get the game done by the deadline that I set. Um, but if I had more time, I might would probably do that. Crazy. I was crazy once. Oh, here we go. They locked him in a room with rubber, and they made him eat rubber too. How dare you say such things about rats? My rat tried to eat me first. What is even happening in chat right now? I don't know. It's been like a long time thing from last year. People would talk about how they were crazy once, and then they got locked in a room and were straitjacketed or whatever. I don't know. It's maybe from some meme. I don't even know what it's from, to be honest. But yeah, apparently the people who commented do. Classic copy pastas. Classic copy pasta. Could be. How's it going, Candlestick? Is this your first chat? Yeah, I haven't seen you yet. How's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Apoplio, common chat room noise. Is that what it is? I'm glad that I've achieved common chat room noise. That means I'm a true streamer, right? Hello, Artindi. What's up, Socks friend? Welcome. With my feet. Yeah, it is a classic copy pasta. Hi, Socks friend. Okay, music inserted, but now we need music for a couple other things, such as the end room, when the end room's playing, maybe when the cutscenes take place as well. Oh, the cutscene's still invisible. Let's fix that. Cutscene, there we go. Cutscene. Also, we need the music to fade out. Okay, we've got to implement that somehow. So when the game ends, the music should fade out. Either when you die or when the run ends. Either you die or you get to the end of the run, the music needs to fade out because it can't just like turn off, right? So I believe it fades out automatically when you die. Let's test it real quick. Wrong button. Yeah, I probably do need to add a, are you sure you want to quit the game? Okay, so if you hit F7, then I die. One revive. Okay, just the sound effects fade out. We could add the music fades out there too, but either way we're gonna have to add the functionality into the music thing here. So let's see, function fade out music. And then we're going to probably just copy this, but then have it fade out. And the way we're going to have it fade out, that's another issue completely. Here's what we'll do. We'll add an animation player. And we'll call this music fader. Is that how you spell fader? Yeah, close enough. New fade out. And we'll have it fade out over the course of 1 second. That should be fine. Let's just click on all of these. And we'll... Oh, I can't click on all of them. I have to click on just one at a time. Yeah, one at a time. Okay, that's fine. Did it add a key? Key it in. Create. Oh, not pitch scale. Create. One at a time. Okay, and then regardless of which one's playing, we're just gonna have them all turn down to basically nothing. So we'll go to like -70. We'll key that in at the end there. Can we see it? Key in, there we go. And then we'll just work our way up and do it for each one of them. -70 should be quiet enough that you won't even be able to hear it. I would hope. Keyed in, okay. And then we just have to call the function when you either die or win. So let's try win first. It's gonna be the course and the stuff here on exit body entered. So exit body, that's the trigger that triggers when you reach the end of the course. It's just a little, it's a little area detection. So once you touch this, then the course ends. So yeah, so we enter this and then we'll have it fade out. We'll have it start fading out immediately. And it's going to be music dot fade. Oh, what was it called? See, if I save this, then I can use autocomplete. And it's called song finished. No. Yes. No. I don't have a function for it yet. Let's add it. Function. Or no, didn't I? I thought oh, it's right here. Fade out music. Or I don't need to copy it though. It'll autocomplete now. Course. I thought it. Shoot. What is it? Fade out music. Why didn't it autocomplete? Weird. Okay, should work now. Let's test it by moving my character to right here. Come here, character. Okay. Run the course. I just realized Not Jude and a human were different chatters. And here we go. Didn't work. What gives? Did this line not run? It should have run. Let's see. It runs. Let's stop. Just fade out music not run. No, that runs too. Oh, duh. Yeah, I didn't need this. I just need to call the animation player. Turns out I didn't actually set it up all the way. So, music fader dot play fade out. There we go. I'm just a noob. The person I'm sure is not Jude left. Bye. Oh, who's leaving? Bye. Catch you later. Whoever it was who's leaving. Not Jude, I guess. Lemonade. I would be confused now. Huh. Oh, man. Stretch. Okay. Now it should work. Let's see. Boop. It didn't. Man. Why didn't it work? Okay, I should be getting to this line. Let's make sure. It is. And that the music fader should be playing. I don't know why it wouldn't be playing. Let's see, we start at -20 and go to apparently -20. What the heck? It's supposed to be -70. Did all these just... Ugh. Whoops. I have to set it and then hit the key button. I don't hit the key button and then set it. There we go. Should work now. What's the money sign used for in Godot again? The money sign is used to refer to a child node. So in this case, let's see, let's expand it a little bit. In this case, here's the first one we have. This is the node that the script is attached to. And so the money sign says your child node run, and then it can access the parameters or methods of that node. Or whatever they're officially called, I can't remember. And so in this case, we're telling this child to play the music. And then you can access grandchildren and other things by just, like if this was a child of that one, then I could access it by having a slash, just like in a file system. But yeah, let's put it back where it belongs. There we go. So, yep, that's all it is. $ equals access a child node. So, yeah. We turn that off, it should work now. I'm pretty confident it's going to work. Yep, fades out pretty fast. Now, I think we need some music to play during the cutscene and in this scene. And then during the exit cutscene, we should probably have something play as well. Or we could have nothing play during the cutscenes, make them feel a little bit more raw, and then we just have music play when you're in the end room. That's a little easier, so let's go with that. Carl Cost just panting. Well, no, he actually doesn't pant. That's his feet tapping the ground. I'll show you. Turn the music down so we can hear it, and the sound's up. But check it out. Hear that sound of his feet? Not you, get out of here. So then you get that same sound in the cutscene. Listen. Yeah, see that? Probably not the most ideal foot sound effect, but that's what it is. Carl Cost is a canon name now. Carl Cost. I thought you guys named him something else earlier. It was something else with a K. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it wasn't Carl though. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Carl. The lore deepens. Make it a 1 in a million chance that every second a fart sound may play. You just read it and then and a little excuse me. Or like all the robots in the current room you're in just die instantly. I'm tired. So tired. My clock was an hour ahead this morning. I don't know why. I think the power went out or something, and so it was an hour ahead. And so I woke up and I was like, oh no, I'm going to be late for work. And so I got up and ate breakfast and got dressed and everything. And then I looked at the time again and I was like, on a different clock. And I was like, wait, what? I woke up an hour earlier than I normally do. Yeah, it sucked. So, yeah, I'm tired. I could have been sleeping. I thought it was weird because I don't sleep in very easily. I have a hard time sleeping in. Like, it takes great effort for me to sleep in. My body just doesn't like to sleep past the normal time it wakes up. So I was like, man, why am I still so tired? Why do I want to sleep in? But that's because I wasn't sleeping in. I've been learning HTML to the past few weeks to create a website, mostly just because watching your streams made me want to learn how to code. Nice. Learning to code is always worthwhile, no matter what the haters say. It never hurts to learn how to code. Even if you don't get a job in coding, it's still a great exercise for your brain. It's a great exercise for learning logic and understanding logic. And the more you know about code, the more you'll just know about the world in general. Although HTML is like a lot of people don't even qualify it as real code because it's code. It's definitely code. It's not a language though. It's definitely not a programming language. I don't know. It's whatever. It's cool. It's very helpful. HTML is fun for sure as well. But yeah, Phantom Lee Oxalotl's got to head out. Catch you later. See you later. Bye bye. I don't know. This might be the last stream for the week, so I might not see you till next week because tomorrow's Friday. I got a bunch of stuff to do over the weekend. So yeah, code, not programming, is the usual thing. IIRC. I don't know what IIRC means. Yeah, I think I knew what it means at one point, but I'm spacing right now. Code, not programming, is the usual thing. Yes, especially with HTML. HTML is like, yeah, it's code, but it's not really. Well, I guess you could say it's programming too, but it's not really a language. HTML is just like a formatting guide. So HTML can include JavaScript, so it is technically a programming language. HTML can be combined with JavaScript, and JavaScript is a language, but HTML is just like formatting. Like it just helps things look good on a browser. That's all it really does. So it's not really a language. I don't know. The definitions get fuzzy, but most people who code, there's some who side with what you're saying, but most people who code are like, yeah, HTML is as much a language as Pig Latin is a language. So yeah, if you're using JavaScript in HTML, then you're not programming in HTML. You're programming exactly. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. You can combine the two, of course, to do really awesome stuff, and that's actually how I made my first game. I used a browser as my game engine, and I used JavaScript and HTML as my code, and it was mostly just JavaScript. Like, yeah, the HTML didn't. It was there, but the HTML is just for formatting stuff. Sounds cool. Hyper in Swedish. In Sweden, we have the robber language. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but if it's kind of like Pig Latin, then yeah, that's what HTML is. HTML in programming languages is like Pig Latin is in actual languages. It's just not. Yeah, learning HTML feels too easy to count as coding, to be honest. Yeah, it's fun though. HTML is really fun. So I'm not putting it down by any means, but it's not an actual like object oriented or anything kind of language. There's other languages that are not object oriented, but I don't know. I hesitate to call them languages. They're more just like logic silliness. But there's one called Lisp, which I think is just the stupidest. It's so dumb, and people who code in Lisp are like, it's the best thing ever, but it's like super not, and it's like hyperly unuseful. It's useful in like very few applications, and those applications it's only useful because that's all that certain thing has been ever coded in, even though you could use a different language and do it better. So yeah, Lisp is just a stupid language that is outdated and needs to die because it's so dumb. Like it's a recursive language. It excels at calling itself. So yeah. I had to learn it for a class I took, and I thought it was the dumbest thing the whole time I was taking it. And I went and asked a few people who are like absolute experts in their coding fields. Like I talked to one guy, and he was a national expert in cybersecurity. He knew like dozens of languages, and I was like, "What do you think about Lisp?" He's like, "It's a joke." I was like, "Why am I learning this then?" So yeah, he's been in the industry for like forever and has proved himself by literally saving the country. from external forces through cybersecurity, and then says Lisp is a joke, and I'm like, okay, what? I trust you more than this person who says Lisp is important. But we don't like Lisp on the Artindi channel yet. Lisp is needs to go. I looked up Lisp and it literally makes no sense to me. Yeah, exactly. It's not an object oriented language. So I'll catch you later. Bye bye. Bye bye, Bowlin boy. It's not an object oriented language at all. It's a recursive weird language that is stupid. And everybody said it's going to be the future. This is what's going to make AI and robots programming themselves, but it's just not. And it's stupid. So can you tell I bear a grudge that I had to learn it at one point? All right. What are we doing? Oh, we got to write some music. Let's go to LMS. LMS. Music time. Music time. So we got to figure out what key, because I want it to be in the same key at least. We got to figure out what key that music was in. So we're going to play the music, and that's how we're going to figure it out. Ready? It's too quiet. We'll play the game, play the music. Let's reset the global stats to 0. All right, here we go. We can turn it up here in game. Dun dun dun. The virtual piano. I believe that's the key. Let's see. Okay, we figured it out. Cool. Okay, we'll delete these. Add in a VST. Here we go. Should we just throw in a piano to begin with? Let's see. Classic synths. Let's just do piano. That's not piano. Where's my piano? I need my... Oh, we can do music box. I always like music boxes. No, let's just do piano. Grand piano? Let's do subdued. I like the subdued piano. So we're going to play the same theme, but like a lot slower, because it's supposed to be like the chill part of the game, you know? Hey, no unfair, I found this app first. Nice leitmotif. Hey, thank you. What is a leitmotif? And am I pronouncing that right? I think I know what it is. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, because I used to want to be a music writer for movies. I think, but what is like the definition of a leitmotif? I've never looked it up. I've always just kind of assumed I understood what it means based on context. But it sounds like you actually know what the definition is. I mean, we could look it up. Can I copy? That looks like a hard word to spell. Leitmotif definition. I'm going to look it up, even though you're probably typing what it is. A recurrent theme throughout a music or literary composition associated with a particular person, idea, or situation. Aha! See, I knew it. I didn't even have to look it up. And because that phrase has been used frequently, like Darth Vader in Star Wars, dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's his leitmotif. Assuming hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. And a lot of movies do that. And I love picking up on motifs and analyzing them. Like when I watch movies, I'll I'm paying half of my attention is being focused on the music in the movie. So yeah, in fact, a lot of the time I rate my how much I enjoy music. I rate how much I enjoy a movie based on the quality of its music. Um, yeah. Anyway, I think this will work. Let's just go for this piano here, and then we'll do. Let's see, it's this note. We have to play really slow, so we're gonna go to 120. Dun dun dun. That sounds like the same speed as the last one. So let's check it down to let's take it down to 100. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Cool. What do you think the best thing you ever made is? Like character, story, game, song, video, etc., etc. I have no idea. What's up? What's up, Artindi? Hey, Noom stuff. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I did cough again. Lots of coughing going on. Maybe a freighter vibe? Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about, though. Hey, no one fair. I found this app first. Wait, what? This is very good. Good out. Good out. It sure is. Dark Rosin, what's up? I miss so many chats. I'm embarrassed. I'm such a bad streamer. You ever just work on something so long you no longer know if it's good? Yeah, I've been there. In fact, one of my games, I worked on it forever, and I'm like, man, this game sucks. Nobody's gonna want to play this. But then it's actually not that bad. I'm currently having that with an animation I'm working on. Nice. I mean, not nice. Sorry for you. Sorry for your loss. What do you think is the best thing you ever made? Ah, man, I don't know. I've made so many things. I couldn't even tell you, to be honest. I couldn't claim one is better than any other because they're all so radically different. I've made music, I've made games, I've made stories, I've made books, I've made board games, I've made art of probably every kind, pixel art, physical art, painted art. Um, I've made quilts. I've sewn quilts before. I've done cross stitch. I've made balloon animals. I've made everything you could probably make. So, well, there's probably things I haven't ever made, but I've been quite active in the crafts sphere of the world. I'm quite crafty, but even then, not really. I don't know. I'm well rounded. How about that? Let's see. Okay, we're gonna change this a little bit. We're gonna spread it out. We're gonna spread these out by like a whole thing like that. Now, in between that, we'll have to have something else playing. Maybe just some like really light drums. A little bit of a beat, you know? Could be good. Is this how to fail at streaming? Sure is. Every day I stream, I'm failing. Every day I'm failing. No, that's very negative. We shouldn't be so negative. We should be way more positive. Man, I suck at streaming. No, just kidding. I don't know. I am not the best streamer. Definitely not. But I try. I do my best. I really do it more for my benefit than for anybody watching's benefit. That way I can stay focused on certain tasks. Otherwise, I would probably work on other things. And we need to finish stuff that we start. So that's what we're doing. Wow. That's why your name looked familiar. Wait, for who? For Dark Rosin? Who are you talking to? Oh, for Noom stuff? That's why I do have a crown. Yeah, how'd you get a crown so fast? Didn't you just show up? We talk a lot. Candlestick. You talk a lot at noon stuff. Yeah, I guess you guys yep. Not that one. What if we did mandolin? Can we do mandolin? Nah. There we go. We'll just play this in the background. No, I needed drums. Drums in the background. Drums. I'm not sure. Not sure if I like that. I think we need some other kind of instrument as well. Maybe some kind of bass. Something deep going on. It's like something like that. I just record my own voice. Probably get it done. It needs something that can be sustained for sure. We could try, I mean, maybe a synth. Does synth work? Nah, it's too weird. An organ would work, but I don't think we have that. We do long. Just do something like this. I don't like how that sounds, though. It's not very good. How about ensemble? Sounds the same. Interesting. Should we try that? Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. That's okay. Let's go deep. And maybe the drums aren't doing it for me. What if I got rid of that? What if I just kept the tapping? YouTube team on their way to add useless stuff instead of fixing the mobile app. Yeah. Artindi, I know this is random, but what about a harp going along with the piano? That could be a good idea. Let's try something to accompany the piano. What about the harp? What is the quest, Sucks friend? What is the quest? Do tell. Unpopular opinion: we need to bring back airships. I don't know. I feel like that should be a popular opinion. Sounds like a great idea. I guess it might increase comments or something, resulting in streaming on YouTube becoming more viable. Maybe it could be. It could just be to help encourage streamers to actually stream on YouTube, because most streamers are like, forget YouTube, and they go to Twitch or whatever else. So yeah, I think it's just YouTube trying to compete with Twitch to keep people on YouTube streams. But I don't know. I have a Twitch account, but I've never streamed there. You were saying a harp. I don't have a harp, though. I have a music box, and I did like how the music box sounded. We could add that, maybe. It's too high-pitched, though, isn't it? It kind of gets the same thing as a harp, though, done, right? Let's try it. You can't really hear it. Let's turn it up a little bit. Not that one, this one. Let's change the octave. It's really high. Let's bring it down. Oh, you can't even hear it if I go that low, though. That's probably too high, but let's try. I'm going to bring that down to there and then change the... That's kind of a cool feel. Let me just bring this one out, and then we can go back to the original pitch there. That should be enough for everything, maybe. And the music notes go, let's go with the piano version. It goes dun 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 at the end here. It goes dun 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 dun, and I think it changes key there. So we're in the key of E, and we go to the key of apparently Y. We go to the key of Y. A, B, C, D, minor D, I think. And then we go to the key of E again. Oh, this isn't E. That's A, isn't it? Or B. This is B. It says E there because that's what key you would actually hit on my keyboard. Yeah, you can play this on your keyboard. I feel like we should reflect some kind of key change here. So instead of playing that note, it would need to play partway through, play this note. I'm not 100% sure though, and I think it would be like right here maybe. I don't know. Let's listen to it. It's happening too soon. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll bring this out all the way to there before we have anything repeat. And then I think we can have it repeat. What do you guys think? Think this will work? I'm not gonna lie, it would have been epic if society transitioned to steampunk airships instead of electric cars. Yeah, that would have been pretty dope. Would have been pretty dope. Since it can go over water and doesn't need roads or any infrastructure, just a flat surface to land on. Yeah, it does need like a lot of coal though. So if the benefit is like not making roads because it helps the environment, it's immediately undone because you need steam. I watched a Veritasium video on them today, so I'm kind of pumped. On airships, that's kind of cool. If we could design them to catch the air currents in the right way, that could definitely be more efficient than boats. It probably could, yeah. Have you guys ever seen Castle in the Sky? That movie's dope, and they got airships in that are really cool. I love that movie. In fact, that's probably my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. More than, I don't know, everybody likes Spirited Away, and Spirited Away is like, it's good, but it's not that good. I don't know why everybody raves over that one so much. What if we just made bigger trucks for more pollution? Yeah, just like get it over with. I think we stick with the steampunk vibe. I think steampunk is just a cool vibe. Like, it's awesome stuff. Are you using a different time signature? For I can't remember. Let's see, the original song, it could be a different time signature. Let's see. Music. Well, let's run the chorus actually, then we can hear it. No, I'm pretty sure this is 4/4 time. You can't see right now, but I'm leading the music with my hand. That's how I can tell. Unless it's something equivalent to 4/4 time, but like faster or slower. I mean, be like 4/8 time or something, but like it'd just be 4/4 time basically. So, are you using a different time signature? I just read that. Solar power blimp would be cool. Duck Racing is onto something here. What's he onto? What if we just made bigger trucks for? Yeah. Solar-powered blimps wouldn't be a thing if the same reason solar-powered cars aren't a thing. There are some solar-powered cars, but they're not. Yeah, they haven't really become that successful. So. Okay, do you guys think this is gonna work for the end room? I'm not in love with it. I think this needs to change. What? I think it needs to maybe not be a music box. Could we do a synth? Is there a good synth for it? Maybe. What if we tried that? Oh, I changed the wrong one. I changed this one to the synth. I don't mind it though. Just freaking out there. It's like, what are you doing to me? I need something that isn't sustained. It has to fade out. Like this. Let's try that. Nah, I'm not in love with it. How about blimps that fly into the sun's corona to gather energy from the massive amount of heat and electromagnet? How about we make a Dyson sphere? That'd be pretty cool. Uranium is storage in a blimp. Yeah, like nuclear-powered blimps. It's pronounced nuclear. Let's see, ultimate grand piano. No. Electric guitar, maybe? Nope. Maybe. It's not bad. Let's take all of these and add them again, but an octave deeper. Then we got some a little bit more bass. Turn it down a bit too. So it doesn't need to be very long because you shouldn't be spending that long in the end room anyway. But this is repeatable, so we'll go with that. Here, Artindi, would you be able to take a moment to react to a short video showing different punks? I want to know which one you would live in. I promise I will be short and fun. I think I've seen the video that you're referring to. I'm pretty sure, and it just lists a lot of the lesser known punks. I've definitely seen it. I don't think I'm going to watch it on stream, though, because I'll probably get copy struck. But if there's a list, we could just take a look at the list. Put a windmill in a reverse direction. The plane is flying, so the oncoming air spins the windmill, then connects the windmill to the gear and chain that can... Aha! Perpetual motion. Give the lower octave slightly lower velocity. It's a little too busy in here, this one. So if we bring that down just a little bit less velocity. Like that. Thanks for the feedback, though. I don't know if I fixed it perfectly, but we can go for that. See if it works. I'll find a list. Yeah, you find the list, or you can just list a few in the chat too, and I'll see. But otherwise, I think steampunk's dope. But however, the problem with steampunk the medicine's probably not going to be that great, right? If they're running everything on coal power and everybody's wearing top hats, I mean, I can't expect the medicine's going to be amazing. That's where I'm more like, hey, maybe Cyberpunk's got it going on, because if I get sick or whatever, then they'll just give me a bionic arm or whatever it is. I feel like medical issues are going to be much less common in a cyberpunk universe than in a steampunk universe. So, yeah, those are the more common punks, though. There's like diesel punk. I feel like diesel punk's going to be similar to steampunk, where, oh, yeah, I don't want to go to the doctor in that world. I mean, I don't really want to go to the doctor as it is right now. So why would I go to a doctor in a diesel punk world, right? So, food for thought. Food for thought. If we're just talking about aesthetics, though, steampunk has so much attitude. In a cyberpunk world, you've got other troubles, though. It's probably true. I'm not 100% sure what those. If you're just looking at the medical thing, I feel like that's probably got to made it out. But yeah, there's probably gonna be other troubles in cyberpunk, like government overreach and oversight. I feel like there'd be a lot of that. How about nature punk? So you know what? Solar punk is kind of cool. Solar punk is, it feels good. I think that's why everybody's like, yeah, this looks cool, because it's like a combination of nice technology with nature. I'm not sure what nature punk is, though. Let me see. Nature punk. Nature punk. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe this isn't representing it accurately. I don't think it is. I think it's just some person who took a bunch of pictures. Let's see. What is nature punk? It kind of looks like solar punk, if I'm going off these pictures. Zoop. Yeah, this kind of looks. Oh yeah, it even says solar punk. What is this? Solar punk as well. Nature punk. It's weird. I don't know. It sounds made up. Not like, I mean, I guess all of them are kind of made up, but yeah, I think better than nature punk is solar punk. It's actually like is cool. Is it solar punk? Yeah, solar punk. Cyberpunk getting fake upgrades. Fake upgrades, is that one of the issues that would come with cyberpunk? It's like, I want to get a bionic arm, and then they give you like a cheap one made in the Philippines or something. It's like, no offense to anybody who lives in the Philippines. I don't know. That's just the first country I came up with. Pick a country that you believe would make really low quality stuff and insert it into that sentence. It's like, yeah, my arm, and it breaks down like 2 minutes later. Or famously, made in China. Most all China products are just like hot garbage. Yeah, I could see that being a problem. Although honestly, I probably wouldn't get any of those kind of upgrades. I'm just saying, if I had a fever that was bad enough that I needed to go to, maybe I had strep throat, right? If I have strep throat, I don't want to go to a doctor in a cyberpunk universe, because they're probably gonna do something weird. But in a cyberpunk universe, I go to strep throat, and they're probably gonna. I don't know. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Cyberpunk universe, you'd show up with strep throat, and they'd give you bionic lungs. So, yeah. Or is that biopunk? No, biopunk is kind of nasty. It wouldn't be biopunk. Yeah, cyberpunk, they'd give you robotic lungs instead of giving you a antibiotic. Solar punk, though, I wouldn't mind going to the doctor of solar punk, because then they'd probably give you an antibiotic that would work without harming your body as well. Bionic lungs sounds painful, probably, but then after that you'd be like, check it out, guys, I can breathe underwater. We're gonna give you a bionic what is that word? Esophagus. Oh, We're gonna give you a bionic esophagus because it's funny. Like, you go to the doctor with strep throat. Doctor, I got strep throat. We're gonna give you a bionic esophagus. Is that necessary? No, but it's cool and kind of funny. Here you go. And they just hands it to you, and it climbs into your throat, throws the old esophagus out, and takes the place of the new one because it's advanced technology. You don't even feel any pain. It's just like happens. Solar punk is the way. Solar punk is the way. Solar punk is really cool. You know what I love though is freaking visually is oh, what's it called? A brutalist architecture. I love brutalist architecture. It is so cool and just dirty, but like, I don't know. I love how bold it is. Like, there's a Minecraft world that I play in, and all I do is build brutalist architecture everywhere. And it's, yeah, I love the way brutalism. Yeah, I love the way brutalism or brutalist architecture. What's the actual word? Brutalism? Brutal, whatever? I don't know. It's basically just like concrete. Brutalist architecture. Yeah, it's like really bold, large, concrete, like this. I mean, I could see why a lot of people are like, that looks stupid. If you look at the wrong one, yeah, it definitely looks stupid. But the right brutalist architecture is like, whoa, that's so cool. Yeah, but most of them sadly do look pretty stupid. Yeah. But when done right, I especially like staircases and different like modern looking style. Like this could be, I guess it's more modern, but it could be considered brutal. Or like, look at this. This is really cool. I just love the large flat surfaces, and I love the way how concrete kind of deteriorates a little bit, and you can see it getting older as it like as the weather wears on it. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. It's got a vibe, you know? I love it, but not everybody does. A lot of people hate it. Ever played Control? Yes, the architecture in Control is what I'm talking about. For brutalist architecture, brutalism, Control nails it. Like, I want my home to look like that. There are images attached to every punk genre and video link I sent you. Or did you send it to me? Through Discord, probably. Through Discord. He sent me a message request. Let's see. Punk genres. Turn the volume off. Stone punk. So it's like, here, maybe we can watch it on silent. Turn off the music. We're gonna get copy struck. Do 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 boom. Hang on a second. All right, so we had stone punk, bronze punk. See, and most of these I rate by like how likely am I to go visit the doctor. I did watch this exact one though. How likely is it that I'm gonna go visit the doctor if I lived in one of these universes? Clock punk. Clock punk is visually interesting. I think it's very similar to steampunk though, because a lot of gears are present in steampunk as well. Here's steampunk. Again, wouldn't visit the doctor in steampunk. I just don't trust them. They're gonna put leeches on me or something. Let's see what else we got. Tesla punk. Yeah, a lot of these feel made up as well, but then they have movie examples. Deco punk. I love the vibe of deco punk actually, because you get more than just these. There's also King Kong. I think hits the deco punk as far as movies goes, and I love that movie. The King Kong movie is great, and I love this era as well because it's based on an era in actual like U.S. history, or like a vibe of U.S. history. And if they'd kept that style going into actual like advanced technology, it's kind of cool. So I wouldn't mind chilling with that one. Was this Diesel Punk? Yeah, again, not going to the doctor in a Diesel Punk universe. Not gonna happen. See, the last one was like, yeah, I could see myself going to the doctor because I feel like that'd be pretty okay. But Diesel Punk, not so much. They're gonna pump me full of like diesel to get me better or something. I don't know. It won't be good. Atom Punk, it's got a cool vibe as well. Kind of like the 1970s, 1960s look. Until everything gets blown up by a bomb, I guess. Ray Punk, okay, I wouldn't mind going to the doctor in Ray Punk because they're just gonna be like, they're gonna shine a light on you and then you're better. So, yeah. Do you like how I measure all these by like cassette punk? Yeah, not really my thing. It's cool, but yeah, it feels too 80s. Like it's just 80s. Cyberpunk. Okay, it depends on the cyberpunk, I guess, because the cyberpunk they're depicting, yeah, I probably wouldn't want to go to the doctor there. Yeah, and I feel like anyway, in cyberpunk, cyberpunk now, is that what the difference is? Okay, see, this type of cyberpunk, doctor, I'd be maybe okay with, but depending on the cyberpunk they're portraying, um, I would feel like I'm gonna get mugged if I walk anywhere. So yeah, I think that's maybe the bigger concern with cyberpunk, is that you don't want to be anywhere at all because you're gonna get mugged. Although cyberpunk is always happening in a city, I'd like to see cyberpunk rule cyberpunk. It's like your little barn house out in the middle of nowhere, and you have spiked hair. Biopunk, kind of gross. Don't want to visit a doctor at all because who knows what I'll be when it's over. When the visit's over. Nanopunk, I think visiting a doctor could be okay there too because the nanites are just gonna fix you. Also, I don't know if nanopunk is really a thing. And then solar punk is, I think everybody agrees, that's just kind of where it's at. Let's show in games. Terra Nil. I want to play that game. I almost bought the game during the summer sale. I think it's over now, but I almost bought that game. I really thought about it. I really surely did. Yeah, there's our detour for today. There are images attached to. Oh, I already read that. Ever played Control? Yes, and that's what we were talking about. I feel like a peasant asking for a coin to spare while I'm asking to check what I sent you on Discord. I feel like a peasant. That's how you should feel when you're on a stream and you ask the streamer to do something. You definitely should feel like a peasant. That's natural. You're healthy. You're a healthy individual. Dev Stephen, what's up? What's going on, Dev Stephen? Welcome to the stream. Sounds like you're a game dev based on your username, but yeah. Cyberpunk now and then is the same. Cyberpunk now and then is the same. It's just a matter of colors. I'm not sure. It looked like it was a matter of like how futuristic, because you can do cyberpunk that's like just has the vibe but doesn't, like, the technology isn't really that advanced, and then cyberpunk where the technology is very advanced and still has the same vibe. So I think that's kind of what they're talking about. How about misspelling pink? So it's just cyber pink. Ray punk. Yeah, there's more punks than that. Than just in that video, because I think there's this another video that came out with more punks as well. But Ray punk, clock punk, solar punk are the best ones. You like clock punk the best. Clock punk seems like a fraction of steampunk though, because it's just like gears, but steampunk already has gears. So I don't know, it seems like just a limited version of steampunk, you know. It's like steampunk, but without the steam. My bad, I accidentally wrote on my other account. Rip Stephen. Did ya? How's it going? Doing good. So you're Dev Steven on one account and RP Steven here. I called you Rip Steven. I thought it was RIP. I was like, oh, rest in peace, Steven. Apoplio. Clockpunk is shiny. Clockpunk is shiny steampunk. Okay, so it's like steampunk, but without all the steam and smoke and smog. Okay, let's export this. Export. We're going to export it directly to I don't know, cost sound effects. And we'll call this the tubes. That's what we'll call it. We're going to export it as a MP3 file. Save. Start. Oh wait, no wait. We wanted to do it so there's no blank space at the end. Let's see, let's try again. Export. Music, cost sound effects. The tube. Where'd it go? I thought I exported it here. Oh, it's because I'm in WAV file. MP3, the tube, save. Yes. Okay, and then I think there's a way to say export as loop, remove and silence. There we go. There we go. So it ends immediately right here. So if I play this and then I restart it again right as it ends, then it will sound seamless and just continuously play. Because when it ends here, it's exactly as how it ends here. And when it starts here, that's exactly how it starts here. So in fact, I didn't even need this technically. I could just do one loop and it'd be the exact same song. RP comes from our English native language teacher calling me RP because my native name is Arpad, and that's hard to pronounce in English. Interesting. Yeah, I probably slaughtered it, but I don't know what the little marks above the A's are supposed to mean. They're supposed to, in Spanish it means you put emphasis on that, but you have it on both of those, and in Spanish you only put it on the I can't remember names for things that make words. On the syllable, it's syllable, right? On the syllable that you wanted to have emphasized. So, yeah, I think you're right. All right. I'm always right. What are you talking about? Just kidding. I don't know who you're talking to, or what you're talking about. I think I say that in my stream way too often. I don't know what you guys are talking about, and then I just move on. The stressed syllable. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, in Spanish they stress. They'll put a mark above a vowel to stress the syllable, because most of the syllable happens on the vowel, and so yeah. For example, you'll have a word that's like 3 syllables long, and they might put the stress on the first syllable. So, like Artindi is 3 syllables long, and if they put it on the first syllable, then it would be Artindi, and if it was on the second one, it'd be Artindi. If it's on the last one, it'd be Artindi, right? So, I want to have a mark above me now because I'm stressed. You should get a mark above you. All stressed people should have a mark above. Artindi, check my message before that one. I tried reading for context. Wait, what? Oh, here's the video. If you want, you can technically just pause at every image since it's just music in the background. Yeah. And that worked. I just kind of watched it muted, so. Oh, wait, you're talking about message in the chat. Let's see, what is it? I don't know how to explain it well. Yeah, I think you're right. Clockpunk is based... I see. Clockpunk is based on Da Vinci's idea for planes and other stuff on how he imagined it to be. Oh, interesting. Nice. Makes sense. Sort of. Okay, let's try to implement this in the game. Where is it in my file system? It's going to be in music. The stream just turned into a musical. You see how I was singing? The Tubes. Let's go to music here. We'll bring the tubes right there. Where'd it go? Man. It's in lights. Stupid. Oh, I crashed Godot. Crashed. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, I have other matters to attend to now. Sorry for getting you off course. See you next time. No worries. That's kind of what we do on the stream as we get off course. Thanks for hanging out either way. It's been fun having you around for the stream. But hopefully you can catch the next one next week. Pretty sure I'm not going to be streaming after today. It's going to be over. Put it under music. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. It does. Sometimes that happens. Okay, here we go. Now it is in the right spot, and we can add it to here, or add a new, well, actually I already did. It's got it right there. The tubes, we'll name it actually the tubes. And then here we'll say function play the tubes. And we only want this to play if we're in the end room. So what if we just did is in end room equals false. Then we'll set it to true when we're in the end room. And we could just have a condition here. Like so. If is in end room equals true. And variable is end rooming equals false. So we could say here if end rooming equals false, then we're going to play the tubes dot play. And let's actually put this right there. And we'll go also -20, or was it 15? I can't remember. What were the other ones? -20. So we're going to go -20 there as well. And then let's add another animation player. Actually, I don't need to add another one. I can just use the same one. Clear. Cut. Music fader. I mean, I could just fade all of them still, right? Oh, you know what? It's changing it permanently. It doesn't ever reset it. Interesting. So once you fade out, there's nothing fading it back. So when you enter a new course, we need it all to fade back again. Okay, we can figure that out. But let's do music fader is end rooming as a wild variable name. Oh, it's an accurate variable name. That's how you name variables. Godot is not loving it. Yeah, when you move files around inside the file system, it often closes Godot. I don't know if it's like a built-in feature. I'm pretty sure it's just crashing. My favorite part is when Carl Koss said, "Here it is, the end room," and started end rooming all over the place. That's what he does. It's exactly right. The tubes, let's key that in. And we'll fade it out to -70. Key that in. See, and I don't know why I didn't do it. Maybe it's because I didn't hit enter. That's probably why. Didn't hit enter. He's end rooming it. He sure is. Okay, and then we're going to link this to to some. Oh, we link it to is end rooming equals false. We're gonna set that to true when the, or no, it gets set to true here. And then we set it back to false when this finishes. Finished, connect, like that. And then that should be all we need, and it should work. The song should play when we're in the end room. It's not going to fade out, though, until I add that functionality. Oh, wait. Why is this function here? I don't need that. That's where it's supposed to be. Okay, so in the end room, we need to add the functionality to here to say, hey, start playing that music. Which is, I can't remember what the variable I need to set. Is running, is end rooming. Oh, is in end room. Whoops. Okay, we need, man. What am I doing? Is in, not is end rooming. I need is end room. Is in end room. No, okay, yeah, no. This is all good. Yeah, we're accurate. I just need to do is in end room. See, this is why you get good variable names, so you don't get confused. I just need that here. I need to set it to true as soon as this is ready. But it has to be after the cutscene plays. Let's see. How do I tell when it's done? Do I send a signal? I do. Cutscene animation finished. Is exiting. Yeah, so I'll have the music start playing here. Is end room. If is in end room equals true, and this is going to be under the music doodad there. Refactor is so that end rooming makes sense. No, it does make sense. What are you talking about? It makes perfect sense. I leave it just like that. Let's run it. I hear it. A little too quiet though. So maybe we don't need that initial -20. Oh, it's set to -70. Whoops. Should be set to -20. When the scene starts. Yeah, the first time it plays, it needs to be set to. So maybe what we can do is in the music here, we can just do dot volume equals 20 or -20, my bad. I don't know, this will probably work. Though technically the song is still playing. It's just playing really quiet, so we do need to actually turn it off. So we'll have to add functions for that as well. The tubes. The tubes have a theme. Yeah, it does. It's just really quiet theme right now. We'll put it down here to the tubes. Dot volume equals -20. Okay, so that means when the song is called to be played, it's going to be set to the appropriate volume, and that won't be affected by the fade out unless fade out start. Okay, so once fade out starts, we need to also make is end rooming equals false, and is running equals false, because we can't have the song be replayed while fade out is happening. There's a chance that fade out is triggered less than a second from when the song would end, and if that were to happen, then the volume will be reset partway through the fade out, and that wouldn't work so well. And I don't know which would take priority, being reset in the code or being reset in the animation. I feel like the animation would still take priority, but there might be a click of sound or something that could go wrong. So this will take care of that, and we don't have to worry. And then we also need a function to make all the songs stop playing. Function stop songs, and it's going to be, we could probably do a loop to just run through each of the songs, or we could just do a bunch of code, because who cares about being efficient. Dot stop. Right, there we go. Yeah, this is easier in my brain to do it this way. It's not as efficient, but it works. It's basically the same thing. In fact, it's probably faster because there's only 8 iterations in a while loop. It means you don't know how many iterations there are, but we know exactly what we're iterating through. So technically, this is I believe this is faster than doing a while loop. Pirate software type code. Yeah, that's right. That's what I do. However, I don't claim to be really good at code, so I think there is forgiveness there. Toby Fox type code. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Although I believe this is actually faster than running a while loop, because you just run through each of these steps, and in a while loop you have to check if the while loop is concluded and then run this step. And so I think it's less taxing to just do these 8 steps than to run a while loop to run through each of the children. So technically speaking, I believe this code is actually more efficient. It just looks stupid. So it's not appealing to look at, but it is more efficient. Let's save it, and we should be good. We'll probably get an appropriate volume music now when we run the code. In fact, it might be too loud. No, I still don't hear it. I think it's being set to 70 inappropriately somewhere, somehow. -20, that's all. I don't know why we're not hearing it. Some music animator. Also -20 here. Yeah, -20. What if we set it to 0? And set this to 0 as well. We'll go to the reset as well and set it to 0. And let's see if we can hear it now. I can hear it, but it's still really quiet. That's so weird. Did I just turn it down too much? That's very interesting. Do we need it? Oh, why is it being reset to -20? What happened? Can't be the music fader. I reset this to, no, I said -20, or not -20. I said 0. And the fade out 0. Oh, did I set the wrong one? That's probably what I did. Reset. Yeah, I set the wrong one. It's like I could have sworn I did it. Let's try again. I feel like just making a while loop is better unless you really care about that 0.00013 seconds is saved. Technically speaking, I'm pretty sure it's less appealing to look at. I think that's the only difference. That's the only way that a while loop is better in that situation. It's still really quiet. It's so weird. It's turned all the way up. Is it still being reset somehow to negative? No, it's just 0. Is the song just quiet? Nope. That's weird. That's playing so quietly. No, you can't just repeat the same line of code 8 times. Haha. Run dot stop go burr. What's the word for it? It's called. It's not. Appealing is the wrong word. I can't remember. But there's another metric for measuring whether code is good or not, and that is like the how beautiful the solution is, right? A while loop is like, oh, that feels so good, but the first 3 notes are the Gravity Falls theme. Oh, are they? Welcome to Gravity Falls. I never really watched that show. It's too weird for me. Yeah. I forgot what it's called though. When you make code that is like there's several factors that go into quality of code. One is how efficiently it works, and then another one is how I think it's like robustness, and then the last one is something similar to like how appealing it is, or how satisfying. Like, and it's kind of a superficial thing, but in this case, I'm not going to care about how the superficialness of it. I'm just caring about, partly because I don't really want to build like how beautified it is, but it's not that word either. There's another word for it. It's like the yeah, I can't remember, but it's not necessarily superficial, but it's just like, oh yeah, that's a really good solution kind of thing. Readability, appealing, maintainability, elegance. That's the word I was looking for. The elegance of the code solution. And the code solution that I came up with is not elegant, and so therefore people are going to judge it. But technically, it is more efficient than a while loop because there's only 4 iterations. If you have an unknown number of iterations, then you want a while loop. Or if you have, thousands of iterations, then you want a while loop, because otherwise you're going to have a mile-long string of code, and that's just stupid. But in this case, we're only running through 8 steps, and on every level except the elegancy, this is technically better. So that's my argument, and I'm going to stick to it. Also, it's easier. It was easier for me to make this than to type out a while loop and calculate only going through the first 8 children and not hitting the next child after that, and ensuring that these children always remain in this order, or as the first 8 children, or checking the names, but the names are inconsistent. Like, there's too many things that could go wrong while setting up the while loop. It would have taken a lot longer to set up the while loop because I'm just less familiar with running through children in a while loop. I've done it before, but I'd have to refresh myself. And so this was both faster, more efficient, easier on my brain, and even on the code side, it's better. It's just not elegant. So that's the only downside it has compared to other solutions. So, yeah. Not that it matters. I never claimed to be a good coder anyway, so I don't care. Even if it wasn't more efficient, I'd still do this anyway. Okay, what are we doing? We're trying to get the volume to be the correct volume. I don't know why it's not working. In cases like this, I wish I made the cutscene skippable, but I did not. It's only 6 seconds long, though. Hey, it's back to the appropriate volume. There we go. So if I set the volume down like that. we go. One thing I am going to do, though, is change the volume of that background sound. Where is it? Click sound, hover sound, select button sound. Did I make it a global thing? Or is it attached to like the UI? Score timer. Where is that? Part of the global, no, part of the player. Walking sound, show sound. Yeah, I don't know why I would attach to the player. That'd just be bad. I would imagine I'd attach to the course. But it's not there. I wonder if it is attached to the UI. Or the menu. It's probably attached to the menu. Menu, which is also a weird place to attach. Audio stream player is this one. Oh, it's just there's nothing attached to that. Background, there it is. Let's have it not be playing. We're going to bring that down to like -15 because it's too loud, I think, in many of these. Yeah, that's a little bit more chill. And the music should be louder than the background humming. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Maybe that could, okay, I don't know if you know this, but just use lambda function or something. I'm not sure what a lambda function is. Maybe a setter function in a class with some enums connected to match statements. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that I know I could do better in my code. For example, the progress tracker that tracks how far you are in the game. Yeah, it's a little bit like pirate software, but not as bad because I only have 8 steps again, or 7 steps instead of 7 steps of progress instead of like the hundreds that he has. And there too, I could use an enum instead, but I'm lazy. And I never worked at Blizzard as well. I don't know if you know this, but a Bulgarian cost with a K means bone. Yeah, there's actually cost with a K means a lot of things in many different languages besides English. I've had lots of people let me know, and it doesn't bother me. I don't care if they let me know that. But it's interesting because like it means bone. It means I think it means like stores at in another language. And in another language, I want to say it means like some kind of food, like a broth or something. And then there's several others as well. Apparently in Indonesia, kost is a type of lodging place. Yeah, I think I've heard that one too. There's a lot of things like that in Dutch. It's another word for food. Food, yeah, see. Maybe not broth, but I guess it's a word for food. Number 1, good job, me. I really did it. Yay, you did it. Number 1. I want number 1. Apparently, you have to comment more, but I don't know. It's kind of a broken system. It doesn't always work because we had somebody get number 1 and they only left like 2 comments, the whole chat, and we don't understand it. How did you randomly become number 1? It was completely random selection. Just, yeah. That's how Noom Stuff does it. Cost has a meaning in English? No, not with a K. Cost means nothing. It's not a real word in English. That's why I picked it, because it's made up. Cost is the name of a corner store near my house. Oh, apparently it does have a meaning in English. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's the last name of the character. Maybe it's the location they're at. Maybe it's a play on the word cost with a C, even though it's not. Maybe it's... I don't know. I don't know what it means. I never decided. Okay, we have music in both of these things, although we don't have the music fading out when the end room is over, so let's set that up. Honestly, the end room has probably my worst code in the whole game. Where even is that? It's going to be on cutscene animation finished. transition screen fade out. So before the animation plays, we need that to play, which is in the here. Chip choice. No, that's not it. Update UI. On timer timeout. Nope. Running cutscene sounds. End cutscene. Play clothes sound. It's here somewhere. Is this it? Update UI. Nope. Update person toggles. Update chip toggles. Play extra cutscene. Play exit cut. Nope. Well, no, yeah, it would be play exit cutscene, wouldn't it? Yeah, we can do it right here. Music dot fade out music. That should work. Let's try it. And then Carl said, "You know I'm doing this at a cost, right?" And they asked, "What did it cost you?" Everything. Okay, so if we select two things, hit this button, the music should fade out. It did, but it got weird. Did you hear it? It got louder before fading out. I wonder why I did that. Maybe the real cost was the friends we made along the way. That probably is the real cost. Yeah. Nope, I am number one. Oh, he took his place. He took it back. He took number one back. With what, one comment? Just out of nowhere. What the heck? How'd you do that? This system doesn't make any sense at all. It's definitely based on how often you comment. That maybe he's like paying money to YouTube. Apoplio is like, "Hey YouTube, here's $50. Make us so I'm number one all the time." Comment more. He's just commenting comment to try to get a place. Are you even on the board? Oh, you're at number 5. Actually, you're in 5th place. I have no idea how it works though. It's super janky. So if we spam comment, we will win. I don't know if it's number of comments though, because there were people who like commented all the time and weren't even on the list. Like they weren't even in the top 15. It's weird. There's a cooldown. Oh, no, it's not. I commented a lot and didn't get anything, then randomly shot up to the top. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. Is it because you like the video? Maybe liking the video affects it. Let's see if everybody likes the video now. Apparently not. Apparently nobody. Oh, there's the like. Somebody tried. I don't like videos. I seldom like videos. The video has to seriously impress me for me to like a video. I don't give out my likes for free. I'll dislike videos though. If I'm like, man, that video is stupid, I'll dislike it. In fact, I probably dislike more often than I like. Because you have to like really impress me for me to like a video. Or I have to like the person that of the video I'm watching. Your engagement counts. You earn points for sending live chat messages, sending super chats, sending super stickers, sending GIFs. Only US and vertical live streams. So you have to be from the US for it to work? No, because there was somebody who was on the top 3 who wasn't from the US, so we deduced that that's not it. But I mean, yeah, you guys could send some super chats. $10 super chats would definitely probably get you there. Like, I think that's what you should do for sure. Why stop at $10 super chats? Get $50 super chats, then it'll definitely work. Oh, gifts is only US. I see. Ugh. I'm starting to lose my voice, and I got to work on other things. We got music in. We got most of the music in, actually. That's like literally most of the music. I have another message request. Oh, it's a spam. A spam marked as spam. I'm gonna accept the DM. Somebody's sending me their game through Discord. Interesting. Accept DM from Luca. Okay, the to-do list is here. Edit, adaptive sound check during rounds, completed. End music, completed. Death windscreen, menu credits, maybe queue. Okay, so there's just a few more things that we need to do, potentially for music, but we don't have to either. But I think we do need it. Probably need one for the death windscreen. Probably need one for credits for sure. And menu. Actually, we probably need one for all these, let's be honest. These two are going to be sound effects, though, more than music. And these ones will probably be music. So, yeah, a lot of work still. I don't know if we're going to get done by the 22nd, but that's what happens when you get sick for 2 weeks, when you're on a tight schedule. Yeah, I was like in bed for one of those weeks, and the second week I was just coughing to death, but I still got some work done. I got a lot of work done, actually, while I was so sick. So, but we'll still try. We'll try to get there. It'll be pretty much done by the 22nd. There won't be too much left to do. If it's just a little bit of, like, honestly, the game's done right now. There's just a little bit left, a little bit of music left to do, and making the windscreen look good, and adding credits. That's not that much, honestly. It's like hardly anything. Game's pretty much done. Should have coughed faster. I should have. Yeah, I should have got that over with. Just like ripped my lungs out, got all the coughs done with, stuck them back in. I should have gone to a solar punk city and had them treat me medically. It probably would have fixed me right up. Look how short this list is. Remember when it was like I had to scroll? But now I can't scroll. I'm trying. It doesn't even work. Did you get the inspiration for death screen when you were sick for 2 weeks, coughing to death? Yeah, that's exactly. I was like dying on the floor. People were standing around me, and then they're like, dude, and I realized this could be in my game, and so now it is. Yep, that's it. Origin stories of the death end screen. These are optional things that we could add, but they're all like, I don't know. I don't even know how to do a leaderboard. Timer for speedrunning. There's a score now, so does that matter? It's not really speedrunning though, because it's not based on time. You could get a bigger score and spend more time than someone who does it quickly. So, yeah. Besides, aren't there like people who can? There's like software that you can get to do timers for speedrunning games that don't have built-in timers. So. Time could be used as a multiplier. It could be used as a multiplier. I think I like how I got it set up. We'll have to see once we do play testing, then we'll be able to decide a little bit better if we want to change that to something else. But yeah, we'll wait for play testing before we change anything dramatically or slightly. But yeah, that's an idea. It could be like, you got it done in this much time, and so we're going to multiply it by 0.3% of that time, and then here's your new score. There's a lot of ways you could do it. I feel like the way I'm doing it, though, is rather unique, and I haven't seen anybody do that before, so that's kind of why I'm leaning towards that. Can I please copy your game in Roblox? Yeah, it's not really copying it. You're, like, making it from scratch, so go for it. I don't care. If you want, you can give me credit, but you don't even have to give me credit. Doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Yeah, for sure. Good luck making it in Roblox, though. I mean, it's not like my game's terribly complex, but I imagine it wouldn't be easy. I don't know how to make Roblox games, though. Oh, shoot. Well, once you figure that out, you can for sure copy it. Okay, well, we're going to be done because I got other things to do. And my voice is about to fade and disappear into nothingness. So thank you, everybody, for joining the stream of streamingness and where we made music and put it into the game. And I originally wanted to make a 2D game in Roblox, so I gave up and I gave up and downloaded Godot. Yeah, that's probably good. Godot's free as well. So anyway, okay, let's say something less something. Yeah, you better hurry because we're in the stream. Thanks, everybody. There won't be a stream for the rest of the week. I probably won't stream until Monday, and then we'll see how much I stream next week because there's just a lot of stuff that has to be going on leading up to these deadlines that I have. So, but yeah, thanks, everybody, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.